Guys, welcome back to my channel. What are you guys up to? I hope you're doing well. Today we're gonna be trying out another foundation. I did a foundation review last week. I don't know why I'm doing two in a row. It just ended up working out that way. I did my eyebrows and my eyes already, as you can see. And so we're gonna try out the Milani Cream to Powder foundation. This is what it looks like. So basically this is like a compact and you have like this cream foundation. I'm not super familiar with like cream foundations. I've definitely heard of them before, but this one's going to be pretty interesting to try. I love Milani's Conceal and Perfect foundation, so I'm super excited to try this one out and see if it's any good. It is pretty new as far as I know. I did get a contour shade as well in the foundation, which I feel like I'd use more just because I do like to use like cream contouring and stuff like that. So I got this shade, which is Spiced Almond. That's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna try and do a wear test today and we're gonna see how this is gonna go. I'm guessing it's going to be a matte foundation because it says cream to powder. So we're gonna see if it's any good and if the cream foundation is really any better than normal liquid foundation. I'm not entirely sure. I've never used a cream foundation before. This more kind of reminds me of like a concealer, like a cream concealer. But we're gonna see how full coverage it is, how long it lasts, does it crease? I feel like it's going to crease very easily. But we're gonna try it out today. Before we jump into the video, don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you enjoy it. And let's jump in to the video. Okay, so my skin is doing really bad today. I don't know what's going on with it. It's like so dry. We're gonna see how good this foundation actually covers up this face. So this foundation is a part of Milani's Conceal and Perfect line. So they have the Conceal and Perfect concealer, foundation, and now this guy. So it says that it's a cream to powder foundation and it has a smooth finish, and I got this in the shade Warm Beige. So basically it just comes in a compact, but that is what that shade looks like. And then you open it up and you have a mirror and a sponge. So I'm gonna prime like I normally would. I'm gonna grab my Ulta 24K Magic Beauty Oil, or any primer oil will do. Just need to moisturize my skin as much as possible. I'm gonna add a little bit of this Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm from Touch in Soul. Just basically priming like I normally would, putting this everywhere. And just to make sure that this stays on my face, I'm gonna use the Cover FX Gripping Primer. I like to put this on my smile lines. It helps the foundation from cracking into your smile lines. And I just put it on my nose and in between my eyebrows. Now that we are all primed, let's open this bad boy up. I'm not entirely sure like what the best way to apply this. Is it with a sponge or is it with a brush? I'm guessing it's with the brush because I feel like you're gonna be able to get the smoothest application. So I am not a foundation brush type of girl. I do definitely like my sponges. I feel like you can just get the nicest application that way. It's the smoothest application for sure. But I do have two foundation brushes that I think I'm going to use today. One is from Kokie and one is from Morphe. The Morphe one is the M6. It's just like a flat top kabuki brush. It's a little too like tough on the skin. I feel like this one's a little bit more like fluffier. Like you do get like, it's very tightly packed, but it's kind of a nicer feeling on the skin. But I do actually really like this. And so if you're someone that really likes the flat top action, then definitely check this one out. But I think I'm gonna use the Kokie one. And if I find that the brush doesn't work, we'll go in with a sponge. So I'm just going to swirl my brush into here, just kind of like pick some up. I'm just gonna start buffing this into the skin. It feels so weird putting foundation on with a brush. All right, I'm gonna be completely honest. I totally thought I was not going to like this, but I honestly am kind of impressed at how easily that like covered up all of my blemishes. All the redness that I've been dealing with lately. It's not like the fullest coverage, but I definitely can build it up like a little bit closer so you can see. Like honestly, it's really nice just to get a nice layer on. I'm just gonna swirl my finger in here and then just like kind of almost like spot conceal, but with my finger. Anywhere that like, you know, the brush can't get around to. So I'm gonna try it with a sponge to try it. I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm just gonna kind of like swipe it Yeah, I definitely like it better with the brush than the sponge. I'm unbelievably shocked. I thought I would not like this at all. It looks so nice. And just to keep it in the Milani family, I'm gonna use the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer in the shade Pure Beige. I do not like this concealer. It's not that it's terrible. It just doesn't do anything for me. It's definitely like a good amount of coverage, but you can still see like the darkness under my eyes. All right guys, we're still looking good. The foundation is looking good still. I'm like waiting for this foundation to like fall apart. All right, so now that we have concealer on, let's go ahead and use the shade Spiced Almond, which I feel like is going to be a good shade to contour with. So I'm gonna grab this e.l.f. stippling brush, just because I need like to get a brush that's good for cream contouring. So I'm just gonna grab, same thing I did before, just grab a little bit, get this brush pretty saturated. And then just because like cream contouring can definitely be like, you could add too much, I'm definitely guilty of that. I'm just gonna pat some out on the back of my hand. This definitely looks pigmented. And then kind of just place this right under my cheekbone. If you don't want to put it on your hand because you're afraid that you're gonna like stain your clothes, which honestly I've also done, just grab like a paper towel or like a normal towel and pat that out. I start going under my chin. That warm beige was definitely a good match for me. I'm like, for once in my life on my channel, my foundation matches my skin. I'm just gonna take the big blending brush and just kind of blend out the bottom area here so there isn't such a big mark of demarcation. I'm gonna take this Morphe E57 and kind of contour my nose. I'm just gonna take my sponge around my nose and just blend that out. Another reason I don't like this concealer is that it creases like crazy. I'm just gonna go back in with the sponge and make sure, or you can do it with your finger, just to make sure that all those creases are gone before you add powder. Otherwise you're gonna be stuck with them for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go ahead and powder my face down, add some bronzer, add some blush and highlight, and then I'm gonna come back and check in with you guys and we're gonna see where we're at. Then we're gonna start the wear test. So hang tight for a minute and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back. The makeup is complete. I am insanely impressed by this. I am shocked at how good it looks. I am really, really liking it. Definitely you could still see some stuff coming through, like a little bit of redness and stuff like that, but honestly, not too bad. It isn't like the most full coverage thing in the world. It's definitely buildable, but for me, it's like, this is good. I like where it's at. I don't look like I have a bunch of makeup on. It does say that it is cream to powder. I don't think that that's true. It's definitely a lot creamier. I kind of waited to powder down this lower area to see if it would like completely set into powder, and it definitely did not. I can still feel it like right here where I didn't set it. It's still kind of sticky, but honestly the makeup looks fantastic. I'm super shocked. We're gonna see how this is gonna go because I think this is gonna like fall apart. Like I feel like it's going to like separate. That's my prediction. I haven't been right yet in this video. Honestly, everything is looking good. The only areas that I'm not liking on my face is my under eyes, and that is the concealer. I'm not a fan of this concealer. I'm telling you, it's like, I'm not a fan of it. I don't know, it just doesn't like me. It creases on me, but this is not a review about the concealer. It is currently 4 o'clock right now. It is definitely late. I'll try to wear this foundation until 12, which is 8 hours. I'll probably give up around 11, which will be 7 hours because I always end up getting really, really tired. I'm like, I just want to take my lashes off so bad. But I'm gonna wear this foundation. I'm gonna hang out. Actually, I have to go food shopping. I'm super nervous to go outside. We'll see how that goes. But stick around. I will be back with my first check-in in a few hours, so I will see ya in a minute. Alrighty guys, so I am back. It is currently 9:05. I've had the foundation on for about 5 hours. So I'm gonna try and keep it on for another 3. We'll see how that goes. But I am changed into something cozy because it's almost nighttime and literally I live in sweatpants now. which honestly is nothing new for me. But, so I've had the foundation on for 5 hours. This may be my new favorite foundation. I absolutely love the way it's looking. It's so freaking beautiful. Like, there's certain foundations that come out where you're just like, your skin just looks so good, and this is one of them. It's definitely a matte foundation. I kind of wanted to wait for the first check-in to say whether it was matte or not, but because in the beginning it was definitely very creamy going on. It definitely does not set itself. Seeing it in natural lighting outside of all this beauty lights, and also I edited the footage earlier, so I wanted to see what it looked like, and honestly it's definitely very matte. But it is a beautiful foundation. I'm more of a luminous girl just because I have dry skin. But this foundation makes you look like you have no imperfections. Like, it definitely isn't like the most full coverage, but the way that it blurs out your skin, like, that's the perfect word for it. It blurs and buffs into the skin so beautifully, and that the fact that it's looking like this right now after 5 hours of wearing it, it's so shocking. I did read up a little bit on it while I had my 5-hour break from you guys, and I read that this was an old foundation and then it came back. I'm not quite sure when it was because I never saw this foundation like at Target or Walmart or any drugstores. Let me know down below if you've tried this foundation before and if you tried it recently and what you think, if there's a big difference. But it did say that it would last up to 16 hours and that it is sweatproof and waterproof, and I can definitely attest to that because I was watching like a really like sad movie and I was like crying, and literally there is no like watermarks or any like tracks down my face, so that is really, really cool. I love the Conceal and Perfect line because of that. The Conceal and Perfect foundation definitely is a waterproof foundation, and I love that, and so I love that they put that in this foundation as well. So impressed. I haven't looked at my face really close up, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grab my mirror and just take a look. So definitely cracked into my smile lines. I don't know a foundation that doesn't do that, so it's kind of hard to judge it on that. It's not super severe, but definitely did crack into them. I'm missing some foundation around my nose. I do get oily around my nose. Just on this side though, I was using like a tissue around my nose on this side, so that could be that reason. It's just kind of like is missing down here. You can kind of see it's like red. But honestly, nothing else is going on right now. Everything looks so good. This foundation is kind of like the best foundation to wear for like a wedding, or if you're gonna be in front of cameras, or like almost like a red carpet kind of thing, because it makes you look flawless and like you have a filter on your face. Like, I was so shocked when I was editing the footage earlier how good it looked. I kind of know when I like touch a foundation or swatch a foundation, like how it's gonna go. Am I gonna like it? Is it gonna suck? But like touching this foundation, I was like, this is gonna be kind of weird to go on because it's not like the creamiest feeling when you touch it. I had no idea when I put this on like how good it would look. I like that it's buildable. I like that you can very, very easily with a foundation brush just buff this in. But honestly, I am like so shocked. Oh my god, it's so nuts. So I love the foundation. I think it looks so good. We are gonna do another check-in in a couple hours. But I do want to mention one more thing. I want to mention the brush that I was using earlier, which is from Koki, which you can find at Rite Aid, and it is the BR618 brush. I think this is the perfect brush to use for this foundation. Not that I think you need to go out there and buy a brush, but if you can find a brush that's like a dome top to buff in, I feel like this is the best application with that foundation, but just a personal opinion. I'm gonna go hang out for a few more hours, probably like 3 more hours, and we're gonna see how this foundation is doing. So hang tight and I will see ya in a sec. Alright guys, so it is currently 11:32. I couldn't make it to the whole 12. Literally, I want to take off the flashes so bad. So I've had this foundation on for 7.5 hours, which is honestly a really good wear test. I don't think anything will change in a half hour. I just really need to wash this makeup off and go to bed. but the makeup is still looking really, really good. I'll talk about that foundation. I'm just gonna grab a mirror and look a little bit closer so we can see what's changed between my first check-in and now. Kind of has changed. I'm still cracking into my smile lines. That really hasn't changed much. I'm still missing that makeup right here, but I feel like I just used a tissue and just like messed it up that way. I am missing like some makeup's coming off on my nose, but really not as much. You definitely see some oils coming in around my nose area, but everything is still looking really good. I would definitely say that this is a long wearing foundation. This foundation is definitely going to be my go-to for events where I'm going to be outside for a long period of time or certain things like that. I feel like this foundation would do really, really well in hot weather because it's waterproof, it's also matte, and it gives you that really nice flawless look. Overall, will I be using this foundation again? Absolutely. It's $10.99 for the amount of coverage you get, for the look of the foundation, for the way that it has held up over this 7.5 hours. This is definitely a foundation that I would run out and get. I don't say that very often, but this foundation is bomb. Bomb.com. It is so good. So if you especially have oily skin, you need to go out there and get this. I got this off Ulta. I ordered it offline, but it is available on Milani.com. I haven't been like to any drugstore or anything like that lately because of the whole quarantine thing. So I don't know if it's available in stores yet, but shocked. Love it. If you're gonna pick up your own shade, definitely get a contour shade if you like that kind of thing, especially since it's such a cheap foundation. So this is like honestly my new go-to. I'm so shocked at how beautiful it was. I love the cream contouring with it. I think it's just such a nice foundation, and I'm so shocked because I thought I would hate it. So I am pleasantly surprised. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's any new foundations or any other makeup that you want to see on my channel, definitely leave that down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.